Good morning. It's Thursday, March 7th, about 6 a.m. Central Time. Overnight, the precious metals are mixed after yesterday's explosive session. You have April gold up $5 at 21.63. May silver down 12 cents, 24.37. May copper up 5 at 3.92. That's a big move, up 1.41%. You also have platinum up $7 at 9.22, and then palladium down $1 at 10.45. So a lot of mixed signals, a lot of movement here in the futures markets last couple days here. A lot of it's been the dollar index breaking down. You got the dollar index at 103.15 right now. So if you look at a chart starting to roll over, I think that's what's helping boost some of these other outside commodities. We had a big move up here in the grain markets overnight. And then if you look at the Japanese yen, that's also exploded the upside. So if you look at that chart, it's been flat forever, and you got this uptick here. Speculation that they might start tightening rates for the first time in, what I could say is years. So yesterday we had Fed Chairman Powell. He spoke, and he said he was in no rush to cut interest rates, but he said that it might be warranted at some point in the year. So if you go to the CME's Fed Watch tool and you look at the May, not a lot of movement there, up 19%. Probability that they'll cut rates in May. You go to June, it's about a 70% chance that they cut rates in that June meeting. So it seems to be really baked in the cake there. Now, if you look at silver, it was below that $24 yesterday for a small, brief period of time. It recaptured the 200-day moving average and extended higher. Fortunately, the gold-silver ratio not really breaking down at this dramatic amount that I'd like to see. Realistically, I like to see it at 86, 85, really below 85. That would be the lowest level for 2024. So it just tells you that silver just continuing to lag behind the price of gold. Now, if you get into what we have coming out today, we do have the trade balance data. We've got non-farm productivity coming out, unit labor costs. So none of those are really going to move the markets too much. The initial claims number, expecting 205,000. The consensus is 208,000. So if we get that lower number, that might have a small rug pull on the precious metals coming into that number. And then the continuing claims, that's one everyone's watching too. If that number comes in a bit below expectations, you could see prices have a little bit of pressure as well. You'll also have Fed Chair Powell. He'll be back on at 9 a.m. So Powell, a lot of times he gives like a dovish reading one day and then he gives a hawkish reading the next day. Yesterday, I really thought he was quite dovish. We'll see if he kind of pulls back on some of his and really holds firm on this higher for longer type theme and kind of breaks this market down a bit. Other than that, a lot of the volatility yesterday in that second half of the session was surrounding that New York bank, community bank. It fell pretty hard, and then you saw these big movements in the NASDAQ, about 50, 75 points, until Steve Mnuchin and his firm had thrown $1 billion lifeline at it, and we saw prices rally a bit on that bank, and we saw the NASDAQ rally into the end. But other than that, just keep an eye on things here. Not a lot of information coming out today that I think is going to really move the markets besides claims and Fed Chairman Powell speaks. So this is kind of your time to look at your positions and go, hey, do I want to lighten up anything here? Where would I want to re-enter on these? And are there other outside commodities that I'd like to get some exposure to, if they're at these lower levels? So we did pull off a lot of the grains yesterday. It's unfortunate because it did rally here today. Small breakout on the chart in the corn market. I do believe that the farmers will come in and start selling into that because they're holding so much grain in the bins right now. And there tend to be Texas hedge where they're long it in the field, long it in the bins, and they're long it in the futures contracts. So they're probably going to have to reverse on some of that. But other than that, I think we need crude oil below $73 on the December contract. Spark any interest here. Sugar futures might have put in a small bottom with a higher low, but it's a little bit skeptical at this point. So just keep your head on a swivel here today. You got any questions, give me a call, 312-858-7303. Remember, futures option trading does involve risk of loss. May not be suitable to all investors. Good luck, good trading.